Thank you to Westpac Lifestyle for sponsoring this video. Hello all you beautiful people and lovers of food. Today we're going to be baking a vanilla sponge cake. My name is Vivian and I am your easy chef. There is nothing more enjoyable than a vanilla sponge cake, especially when it's someone's birthday. I know it's my husband's favorite and I know it's my father's favorite, so this is what I'm going to be making. How we do it, we're going to be making our cake batter, which we're going to cream our eggs and sugar together, and then we're going to add our flour, baking powder, vanilla essence, milk and oil. And then we're going to mix it all together, put it in our pans and bake it in our oven. It's really a lot easier than people think, so let's give it a go. 2 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, Okay, now we're cooking. The batter is nice and smooth and there's no lumps. You can see I'm just making sure that nothing on the edges of this bowl are going to cause lumps later on. And now we're just going to put it into a lined baking tin. What we do is we just take some baking paper, line our baking tins, and I'm going to use 2 23cm baking tins for this one. And we're going to put it in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 180 degrees. And our second one goes in the oven as well. That will be in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. What we do to taste our cake is we take a toothpick, just stick it in, and if it comes out clean, we know it's ready. If it comes out all with a little bit of batter still stuck to it, we know it has to stay in the oven a bit longer. If you like this video, please go give it a big thumbs up. Like the chef, subscribe to the channel, and please share it to your friends and family. Don't be stingy with your cake. Share it with everyone. Thank you. For the icing today, what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice white icing. And this is something that is such a simple, obvious trick that you can do to make your icing nice and white, is use white margarine. You don't get white butter unless it's been heavily processed, but you do get white margarine quite readily available at the stores, which makes a very nice white icing. Otherwise, it'll always have a little bit of a yellow color to it. I like a white icing because not only is it crisp and neat looking, also it colors better. So if you want to make blue or green or yellow or whatever you want to make, it makes it a lot easier to start with a white icing. So this is why I love this recipe. And all we're going to do is we're going to cream our margarine and our icing sugar. We're going to add a little bit of milk and a little bit of vanilla. And that is it done. It still tastes amazing, even though it's not butter, but it will look fabulous when we ice our cake just now. 2 cups of icing sugar that has already been sifted. 2 tablespoons of milk, which I just add before I've added all my icing sugar, just so that it doesn't get too stiff. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, oh, this load shedding is trying to kill me. Why? So load shedding has struck, and if you live in South Africa, you know that this is the bane of our existence. I am sure we will make it through this though. There should be enough heat in our oven to finish baking off our cakes. We're just going to leave them in there a little bit longer. So we've made our icing now. I'm going to store mine in a piping bag in the fridge until my cake is cooled down. But if you don't have a piping bag and you're just going to use a spatula or a knife or whatever you're going to use to ice your cake, that is fine. Do it rustic, do it however suits you at home. A great tip to never having a dry cake is to make a little bit of a simple syrup. This is half water, half sugar, and then you melt it together. You can do it in the microwave, you can do it on a pot. I'm sure if you just stand there stirring with nothing, eventually the sugar will dissolve and you'll have a simple syrup. So all you do then is you cut the top or the bottom off of your cake. Because of the load shedding we had, I'll admit my cake did sink just a little bit in the middle. So I'll cut the top off, I will put my simple syrup, let it soak into the cake, and I promise you this is a game changer when it comes to a moist cake. This is not a new trick, this has been around for a long time and it does work. So if you're worried your cake is a bit dry, like I've had mine because we didn't have power, I'm just sitting in the oven hoping it will cook all the way through. Might have been there a little bit long. I'm not worried that it's going to be dry because I'm going to put my syrup in between my layers. I've got my cakes nicely soaked with a little bit of our simple syrup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them onto our board. I've got my cake board or plate that I'm going to serve my cake on. I've got it on a little bit of a Lazy Susan so that it can spin around. This is just really easy to ice your cake if you can do this. If you can't, it's fine. You'll get by without it, but if you have it, it is really just nice to do. So once we've put our first layer of cake onto the board, we're going to put a little bit of icing and we're going to bake a little bit of a rim with our icing, which is going to hold our strawberries in. I'm going to just do very basic strawberry filling where it's fresh cut strawberries. That's it. Icing, strawberries, next layer on top, and we're just going to ice it and make it look beautiful from there. This first layer really doesn't have to be neat. We're just going to spread it all over. Okay, now we're going to make a little bit of a wall with our icing. This is just along the edge. How you do this is up to you. I like to just make little circles. This is about 1.5 cups of diced strawberries. So I've done a basic icing on the cake. I've just tried to get it nice and flat on the top and even on the sides. I don't want to make this too fancy. I want it to be a bit more homey and from the heart, so I'm just going to add a few basic decorations to the top and then I'm going to serve. I'd like to take this moment to thank Westpac Lifestyle for sponsoring this video. Everything you see in this bake, from the tins to the measuring cups to the measuring spoons, you can get at Westpac Lifestyle, and it's awesome in those shops, guys. They're nationwide. Go have a look. So it's time to do the age-old thing and see the proof in the pudding. I cannot wait to taste this because it looks so good. That looks rather marvelous. Okay. That is so good. It's sweet, the strawberries are fresh, they add a nice little tang, and the cake is soft and moist, and I really just want to take another bite. And the icing is so good, not overly sweet, just the right amount of sweetness. This is so delicious that I just want to take another bite. Guys, all I can say is thanks for watching. I'm going to go eat my cake. So stay delicious, you beautiful people. Bye. Do I really have to share this with Ryan?